Hello and welcome to another episode of Cultural Magazine where we bring you the latest events taking place around the nation. Let's go take a look at today's episode.
Within the celebrations for the selection of Port Said as the Egyptian Capital of Culture 2021, Minister of Culture Dr. Ines Abdeldaim and Major General Adil Ghadban, Governor of Port Said, inspected and inaugurated a number of cultural projects held in cooperation between the Ministry and the Governorate. The Minister of Culture and the Governor of Port Said inaugurated the Port Fuad Library affiliated to the Egyptian General Book Authority. The library contains several sections of the authority's publications, series, and magazines, in addition to the family section publications. Moreover, it contains the intellectual and literary productions of the people of Port Said, such as the writings of the poets Dr. Samir Farag and Muhammad Abdul Qadir, and many more. Furthermore, the officials inaugurated the street in which the great actor, the late Mahmoud Yassin, grew up. The street was given his name as an appreciation for his artworks. The minister added that Yassin will remain a milestone in the history of Egyptian and Arab art, adding that the Ministry of Culture, through the National Organization for Urban Harmony, will add his name in the project Lived Here, which the organization is implementing to honor the symbols of Egyptian art. The tour included a visit to Nasr Museum for Modern Art affiliated to the plastic arts sector, in addition to the Martyr Square, which includes the works of the artist Tariq Komi. Accordingly, the Minister of Culture expressed her contentment with the distinguished level of collectibles and the exhibition after its development, saying that the museum was established in 1995 in appreciation of the struggle and steadfastness of Port Said and its people. It aims to document their distinguished national heroism. She added that it includes Egypt's top artists' creative works in the various branches of plastic art, including sculpture, photography, drawing, graphics, and ceramics. The minister noted that it has a pivotal role in enriching the cultural life in Port Said through holding artistic and literary seminars, exhibitions, and musical evening. It also adopts the talented people of the city by organizing artistic workshops. In addition to visiting the historical Ferial Park, which witnessed a huge celebration in 1869 on the occasion of the opening of the Suez Canal, she also thanked the governor of Port Said for this distinguished tour, stressing that their governorate will remain one of the aspects of Egypt's civilization and a model for unique creativity. Minister of Culture Dr. Ines Abdeldaim attended the celebration organized by the National Center for Translation, headed by Dr. Karma Sami, on the occasion of the International Women's Day, honoring Dr. Munira Karawan, Professor of Greek Literature at the Faculty of Arts, Cairo University, as the Personality of the Year at the Taha Hussein Hall. The ceremony was attended by a number of artists and translators. For her part, the minister said that celebrating the International Women's Day and honoring some of the Egyptian women's symbols on this day is a recognition of their vital role in all life. That Egyptian women since ancient times have been a model of giving, loyalty, challenge, and struggle. Women have become the milestone of Egyptian history and a symbol of creativity and success. The minister saluted every Egyptian woman, appreciating her efforts in social and civil services. For her part, Dr. Karma elaborated that women have created bread, poetry, prose, narration, music, and translation. Dr. Karma gave the name Suhair's Girls to those who followed the steps of Dr. Suhair al-Qalamawi concerning studying in the university to achieve their dream of masters and doctorates and creativity in translation, teaching, literary criticism, and cultural management. Dr. Karma added that al-Qalamawi was the pioneer in studying arts, language, poetry, theater, narration, novel, music, sculpture, and architecture. She also established a balance between meaning and translation as she began her first steps at Cairo University in the 1920s, and the journey continues afterwards by Fatma Musa, Latifa Zayet, Radwa Ashur, and many, many more. She explained that the center celebrates annually Egyptian translators. In the same context, the ceremony included introducing a review about the center's most important publications about women, as well as the latest publications about the Italian and English languages, followed by a screening of a film about the list of translators who won the center's awards. In celebration of the anniversary of the Musician of Arab Generations, the Cairo Opera House, headed by Dr. Magdi Sabir, inaugurates the Muhammad Abdul Wahab Museum and the Musical Instruments Museum at the Institute of Arab Music. The museum gives visitors the opportunity to get acquainted with the life of a generational musician, Abdul Wahab, where visitors are received with his music and songs, and it is divided into several halls, one of which bears the name the Hall of Memories and is divided into two sections. The first sheds light on the childhood of Muhammad Abdul Wahab and his upbringing and his first steps in the world of Arab music and Egyptian cinema and his relationship with writers and artists. The second wing includes a number of the artist's private rooms, such as his bedroom, his private office, and a group of his favorite furniture and some of his personal belongings. While the cinema hall includes all the films he has presented and is shown to visitors on special screens, and this comes in addition to the listening room. The museum also includes a complete library of his musical compositions, songs, movies, and albums, his own pictures with public figures and artists. Visitors can also browse through an electronic program that was implemented on touch screens, and the Musical Instruments Museum, also located in the Institute building, which contains a group of old instruments that were found during the restoration of the Institute of Arab Music. These instruments were carefully restored and displayed according to their nature, and they vary between chord, wind instruments, percussions, and others. Each of these instruments is displayed with an instructional board explaining a summary of the instrument, in addition to a device that makes it sound, including rare instruments such as the piano that contains 3/4 of the tunes of Oriental music. There is also the Japanese koto instrument, the Indian sitar, and the metal mandolin instrument that he played on in his renowned song, Lover of the Soul. This comes within the framework of the Opera House's keenness to commemorate the symbols of music and singing in Egypt and the Arab world. It is also to introduce the new generations to the genius of a generational musician who enriched artistic life in Egypt and the Arab world with his eternal innovation.
احترت يا صدق مين واحترت يا كدب مين قلبي بيقول لي قلبي بيقول لي
Egypt, the land of civilization, has a lot of heritage and a lot of history to show people in a lot of different eras. Let's go find out more about the heritage of this country.
The Arab National Music Ensemble performed a concert at the Arab Music Institute under the title of Wahhabiyat. The concert, conducted by Maestro Dr. Muhammad Al-Mugi, presents a collection of the masterpieces of the late Muhammad Abdul Wahhab, performed by singers Hanan Isam, Ahmed Asim, and Rihab Omar. The concert's program includes some of the most popular musical works of the late iconic musician. The Wahhabiyat series aims to revive classical Arab music and introduce the Egyptian musical heritage to the younger generation. Most importantly, the series honors the musical contribution of Abdul Wahhab, also referred to as the maestro of generations. The Arab National Music Ensemble was established with the aim of reviving the Arab musical heritage and representing the traditional forms of Arab musical for the audience, such as Al-Muwashah, Al-Monologue, Al-Taqtuqa, performed by the most skilled musicians and distinguished voices.
يا ورد يا أحمر تشربوا من موجتي شطت غيوم الغزل وانبح صوت القمل على الشفاه التي تشرب من موجتي ويهين الخجل فيك يحل الغزل يا
It is noteworthy that the Arab National Music Ensemble was established in 1989 with the aim of collecting Arab musical and lyrical heritage, representing it in an advanced academic and scientific style so that new generations can learn about our Arab music heritage to keep it from disappearing.
The Cairo Opera House is a cultural hub that joins a lot of different artists and a lot of different kinds of art in it, and it brings the heritage of Egypt to it. Let's go find out what the Opera House has in store for us.
Egyptian harpist Mona Wasif and her ensemble performed a concert titled Harp in Tour at the Cairo Opera House. Together they performed a rich repertoire, touring around the world with a selection of classic, Arabic, Spanish, flamenco, Disney, and jazz music. Mona Wasif teaches harp at the Cairo Conservatory and has been a member of the Cairo Symphony Orchestra since 1998, from which she graduated with high honors. She has performed solo concerts and orchestral performances in Venice and culture centers throughout Egypt.
I'm so proud to be an Egyptian harpist, and I'm also an assistant professor harp at the Conservatory and Academy of Art. And I started harp at age of 7, and it was like long way to reach this situation. And also, I'm a member of Cairo Symphony Orchestra, and I founded a group which is called Harp in Tour. And harpetour is about giving the audience like a vision or a story. They thinking about it without any photos, without any media, and they just to imagine this story with the music. And this is the reason of how it's called harpetour. I prefer to be like a music from different places around the world. So we, for example, if you talk about the East, so I already played a piece by Said Darwish, زوروني كل سنة مرة, and also take a tune which is Uskudar, it's a Turkish tune. And then I prefer to go to some like Spanish way by the flamenco baroque, which I played for the harp solo, and then went to the United States and we played the famous track of the American movies, and then the blues and jazz. So you know that's the concert is like kind of a whole meal with different tastes, you know.
The earliest evidence of the harp is found in ancient Egypt 2500 BC and have very few strings because they lacked a column they could not support much string tension. After this, by medieval times, harps had spread across Europe. Harps were found across the Americas, where it was a popular folk tradition in some areas. Distinct designs also emerged from the African continent. Harps have symbolic political tradition and are often used in logos.
The harp is the first string instrument in the Egyptian ancient, and then it went in Europe until it reached the house look like now by 1811, and unfortunately there is no more harpists here, no more. Nobody know about the harp very much like in Europe, and this is our mission as a harpist, Egyptian harpist, to reach the harp music and reach what is harp for the whole Egyptian audience.
The harp is a stringed musical instrument that has a number of individual strings running at an angle to its soundboard. The strings are plucked with the fingers. Harps can be made and played in various ways, including standing or sitting in orchestras or concerts. Its most common form is triangular in shape and made of wood. Some have multiple rows of strings and pedal attachment. And when we mention harp, Manal Muhyiddin is one of the top 10 harpists all over the world. She's the first Egyptian player who played this instrument, and she performed in Cairo Opera House, the Sawi Culture Wheel, and in Obbet El Ghuri. Her concerts were a big success. She played with the musician Fathi Salema, who combines jazz music with the Oriental music for a long time. And now she plays with the famous musician Omar Khairat, and she's a member in the Nile Girls Band. She now has her own band, which consists of 7 players. She rearranged some of Riyad al-Sumbati and Abdul Wahab work in a way that suits the nature of the harp.
This brings us to the end of this episode of Cultural Magazine. Hope you enjoyed it and stay tuned for more on Nile TV.